Hello and welcome back to Thehayteamtv. Now, we've started first cut. Obviously you saw in the last video, or not the last, as you saw in the video that we did with the new T7 Blue Power, we'd started first cut. Now, I want to show you the results of about 4 years of stress. So, if you look at the colour, right, if you look at the colour, you look at the thickness of the sward, these are swards coming out the mower of straight mowers, no conditioner, and the volume of grass, I'll take you over to the stand. So, stud grass, as you can see here, and the sheer thickness of everything and the greenness. Yes, the water has helped, but as a lot of you know, we have been on this journey of zero fertiliser for the last 3, 4, 5 years. This was one of the first areas that we stopped fertilising, and up there, here, we have now got, this is so similar to the crops that we used to get when we used to put loads of nitrogen on, and we obviously haven't put any nitrogen on. So I wanted to sort of show and discuss. Now, most importantly, this is right down in our yard where our compost site is. So this is also there. It gets the first load of compost at the beginning of the year, or beginning of the winter, when we sort of start top dressing. Yeah, I'm saying top dressing all our fields to go into winter with the early winter feed. Does that make sense? Then obviously the rainfall we had this winter has also helped. That's helped wash that compost in and get it in. And if I come down here, like where you can see here, you can still see like black bits of the compost that hasn't yet broken down and gone in the soil enough yet. Like I can pull up small little bits of wood flake that is lying down here, and obviously wood flake, the trees, if you can see in the background, are absolutely miles away. So the only way bits of chipped wood can get here is obviously that we've spread it. So by seeing these black bits and obviously the wood that's still on the floor, the ground is still got food, if you understand what I'm saying. The black bits is obviously the different types of composting materials that we've got over in the compost, which again are obviously they're composted down to a certain size, and then when they put out here, they still are constantly breaking down, which is constantly adding feed to the field all the time without having to come back through the summer months, spring months, to redo it again. So that's where I want to start this video. We're cutting 2023 harvesters on the absolute rampage, and we're having the biggest crops that we've had since times of nitrogen. So I'm estimating around about, on those of you that are used to see here, sorry, there's a great big nub of bark, and it will just stay there breaking down and feeding that area. So back to what I was saying is, I'm estimating somewhere in the region of those of you that have got bales putting out 4 foot round bales of about 12 to 14 bales an acre. Easy 12, possibly 14 bales an acre, which is a fairish tonnage, really good tonnage to sort of get out, if that makes sense. So I'm pretty chuffed to bits of the results, which obviously those who watch the channel for a while, this started before we started the channel, and the results are starting to show now that we took the right path. Might not be the right path for everyone, but you guys deserve to know. So I am going to go back to knocking this on the deck, and we will see. Obviously, if you remember what I said, these are going to be like weekly vlogs, so you're going to see bits as we're going day to day, and then all put together in a week. So, see you in a bit. Right, it's Thursday. Bit of a long week. Obviously, grass the car, stuff's getting tedded, delivery's been going out. On deliveries yesterday, didn't show that. Straw, just about to go to. Loading ready for Saturday, just going to leave the trailer out because we're not going to get rain coming, so I'm getting it rigged up, ready to go. My morning has been basically tidying that pallet area because it all got a bit over rubber pallets. Ties and baling, so this week is full on. Grass cut and the baling shed, which I'll show you in 2 seconds, is absolutely empty. The second, I am just finished tidying this up because I've got the Hustle bale unwinder on its frame in a different place. So it's a case of just getting it back where it should be. Second. Square. So yeah, that whole rig all sticks together. Why is it not in the shed? You possibly wonder. We use this for things that are a bit of a headache for rebaling, and we unwind it first and find that has or makes our life a lot easier. But if the products are dry enough, we don't use it, and it sits out here. Right, that's off. I've just had a chat to my sister and other half, who are out walking in cut fields, because these are what dogs in cut fields, not walking in long grass. And I'm going to cut, obviously you can see that I'm back out where I was, and over the last 2 days, spin it all around that way so you can see what's going on. So this long grass you can see behind me now is a field that we call Tipside, and basically the story behind it is it's all soil that was ripped up from when the main road was put in down here in Devon. So it doesn't, or hasn't, not so it doesn't, it hasn't ever drained properly. No matter how many times we've been through with McConnell Shakerator, sward lifts, we even had for a while the spiked rollers, which you can use in hard ground or when it's soft, depending, you know, you can take them up to, if everyone's seen them, they have great big blades on. You can now have the blade going that way around the roller, or you have the blade front on so it ends up digging, but the way it pulls out, it doesn't lift the turf. Use that, the rollers that like have it sort of going in like that, they can pull up turfs, right? So we had one of them, and that didn't work either. So it's always just been a bit of a wet area. So we basically have just left this to dry out for another 2 days, and it's just about able to get on. But because we're on a bit of a dry time, just in case in the next 10 days that we do have showers coming or something, this field lies wet, so if we have a hot summer, it'll come, this field will always come back because it's always got moisture. So we have made the decision that he's come down now, basically. So now I've just got to set my tractor up. Boom. And we are on. Boom. if I basically turn the phone here, so there's also a strip here which is reclaimed soil which we sorted out a bit of a gully, not a gully, just a gully which got worn by cattle for years. We filled that in last year. So that's just been sprayed out because they came with low weeds. So that's sprayed, got now. So for the second cut, that'll be going as well. But here, not nice, not too bad. It's up here, because I've got a fence here, and the square will flip up. Now on my triples, I always have them working independently, and I'm just super used to it. Another 2 weeks, ideally, but if it did, and like, you know, hindsight's a great thing. If it did get wet, yeah, we're not going to be able to get on it. So we get on it now. I know anyone else uses triples, but I tend to use these independently. So you've got a setting or box, which is just over there, which I can have it working. So the back two go up down together. I prefer to have them work independently, so but it's just something you just get used to. Go. Another day cut, another evening cut, so I'll be baling there. But I'm going to sign off now. Week isn't over on bales going out. There is a trailer load ready to go when I drop mowers off later on, and there is Russell. He's going out in the morning. He uses truck here sometimes, then takes our van home. So he's gonna take that down the bottom of Cornwall, which is ideal. So yeah, the rest of the wicked here. As fast as we make it, as fast as it goes out at the moment. Oh.
And just like that, I'm back. So me and Justin made the decision to come back and give YouTube another go, which wasn't easy really, because it's been a tough start to the year, as everyone knows why I left YouTube, because my little lad, he preferred to stay in hospital than come home, really, to be quite honest. Don't know why, but hey ho. Anyway, he's on the mend. A few little issues he's got to clear up, a few couple of operations he's got to have. But anyway, he's on the mend. I've got married in the process as well. So there's loads of stuff going on in my life that basically YouTube come way down the line than it did, you know, your private life, because your private life is your private life, and that is much more important than YouTube. And I felt the videos were just becoming a bit stagnant, really, because I just didn't really want to do it anymore, and I wasn't using my bubbly self. I just didn't want to be on camera, basically. There was loads going on in the background, and it was just, no, I just didn't want to do it. I tried to please Justin, but in the end it didn't work, so I made the decision to walk away. Justin tried on his own, and Justin had a break. But anyway, enough about all that. Let's get back to what the job at hand then, really, shall we? I'm back, giving it another go. As you can see, I'm out heading. So we're turning some grass, got a little bit of grass down, get the machines going. So yeah, so that is where we are, and it's the most beautiful day ever for May. Bloody lovely. This time last year it was like a desert down here. We've got quite a bit of grass, quite a nice bit of grass, but because it's young grass, it's still quite sugary. You can feel it in your hands, even though it looks, because obviously we want haylage. I mean, you silage boys, you'll cut, wilt for 24 hours, maybe turn, and then pick up. were not like that. I mean, you can just see now, like, the leaves in there, they're still so sugary and just damp. It's no good for us. We've got to turn, I reckon another 2 days we'll be ready to pick up. We don't want the wetness, as you all know. So what else is new? What else is new? So we've got a new rake, new turner this year. We've got 2 new turners this year, and we've renewed the rake. Turners are all exactly the same. No point going into that because they're all exactly the same as what they were. Now, fast track wise, same fast track as last year, but I'm just being me, and I've customised it because I've got nothing else to do and I'm a sad little man. Union Jack decals on the mirror guards, on the bonnet, and if you can see up there, a lovely light bar. Now, if you do want any decals, I have done this on Facebook because now I'm back on video anyway. If anyone doesn't want any decals, custom made, anything you want, exactly to the same spec of what you've got on. If you can't get a decal off a machine or anything like that, the decal shed will do that. He's an absolute gem of a bloke to deal with. Colm, he's based in Northern Ireland. If you watch I Farm, We Farm, he does a lot for him as well. And he's absolutely amazing to deal with. Nothing is ever too much trouble. And they're really good decals as well. Right, so on that, I'm back. We're back. I'm dying. Grass in my throat. We're going to crack on now. As you can see, we've got grass cut there. If you're wondering why this has already been cut and turned and that hasn't, that is a very wet field. We really got to choose the time to cut that. Could we have waited a little bit longer for it to cut her? Yeah, possibly, but it's perfect conditions. She's dry on top now. I mean, when I say she's wet, she is wet, really wet. We call this field tip site. And this is where they tipped when they actually made the A38 coming through Devon and Cornwall. This is all the tip site, literally, where they tipped all the soil and built this field up. So, yeah. So, now we're going to turn that. Got another field over there to turn. So we're busy. Get the drone up in a minute. Get some real wicked shots for you guys. And yeah, right. I'm going to go and find my dog, because as per usual, Red is always missing. And see you in a bit.
As you can imagine, we're still baling. Now we've got not a lot in here. Stock is very low. The little telehandler is on bin, you can see there, which we're pushing up rubbish into that. So that is a constant at the moment. So the bin, basically, or what I can go around here, is absolutely full. So that's going down the cattle. Now I've just got to put through some, basically, we had a string go on baler. So now I've got to put the lead back through and put 3 strings, just like you would in a bin. Ty's back. You want to say hi, Ty?
Hi, Ty.
So it's Ty and me today. Ty and I take turns at either end. Now I've got to get rid of what's to. I'll get that bin down in 2 seconds. I need to get another telehandler out of the way. So yes, we have a new 52560. We have changed Merlot in, so there are no more Merlots here. It is very much good old fashioned back British JCB. And another thing, I'm not going to get into much on the 525 because Ads and I do it together, and we'll have a bit of a laugh. Looking through it and looking around it. mostly for your guys' entertainment. So we'll have a look around, so I'm not going to really talk about it much. But right now, I've got the big bin on, as we're on a big clear out in the baling shed of stuff. And that's a beast of a bin. It's a bit of a monster. So yeah, this time of year, we most of the time just dump everything over that because it stays dry pretty much all the time. And the cows like lie outside anyway, so and they like to come in the yard to lie, so we just leave it like that. What have you found?
What?
What have you found?
What do you mean what I found?
What have you found?
I found the hoe.
You found... What have you got? What you building?
Spike.
God, you're being awkward today. What are you up to? Explain what you're up to.
Oh, my good friend Simon down here.
Simon's behind us.
Brought down for your crab, so we can use this on square bales.
So basically, you make it safer. These spikes fold up for round bales because they'll be in the way for round bales too long. But for square bales, we're going to take 3 easily and safely because the bottom one will be held by these and the claws will be holding the top 2. That makes sense. What do you think of it as?
Yeah, simple.
Simple?
Proof being the pudding when you put 3 bales on it, Justin. Bracket.
Oh, you're being such a prima donna today.
Ready?
Yeah.
So, easy as this. You can see that the bracket goes. It's held on by U-bolts. And it's as simple as that. There's nothing more really to explain because it's bolt on.
Yeah. So
you can weld it on if you want it to be welded, but
it's an optional piece, isn't it?
Yeah. This is
And then with moving 1 bolt,
this will fold up. Obviously, when this is all folded in,
and it should go straight up there.
So you can use it for your rounds and your squares now, which will make life easier for us with squares.
Yeah. We are in the last barn of hay. That's it. No more after that. That is the end of 2022's hay, which I'm about to start loading up. There is, 3 bales left in this shed, so they're not quite totally empty. There's one in there, and there's 2 over in that bay over there. But other than that, that's it. And thankfully, we've obviously got grass on the deck, which is going to be baled tomorrow. So yeah, I'll get this loaded up, have a quick chat, and then see what happens then.
So that is it. First video back in quite a while actually. But I do want to say to everyone, thanks for all the messages when we weren't videoing. It does mean a lot, and I can't quite believe how many of you actually messaged, to be quite honest. It's actually quite, you know, it's actually quite nice that we were missed, and you know, when we'll be coming back, if we were coming back. But anyway, you've got my ugly mug back on your screens. So thank you very much. So that is the end of this video. Remember, if you want to find us on our socials, just find us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat and Facebook. Kind of weird saying all this, to be quite honest with you. So anyway, on to the next video. We'll see you again. Cheers.